Right now we have Judge Lorenzo Ball to help us get things going. Let's kick things off right away. Without further ado. Madam J, we have our first presenter, Adeola Olajide. I believe you're ready for the pitch. We heard it before. Hopefully you've come back with a new and improved version of your pitch. Let's take it away.
Sure, one moment. Olajide, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have 7 minutes starting now.
Hello?
You can start.
All right. Good day, judges. My name is Adeola Olajide, the Managing Director at Hot Bite Foods and Drinks. Next slide. In the wake of 2021, there was a financial meltdown and bankruptcy of my previous company as a result of bad government policy and wrong partnership. This led to severe depression for a long period of time, but then reality sets in as I needed to pay my bills and start from the scratch. So I learned and engaged in the production and delivery of shawarma in my community. During the course of delivery, I realized that customers request for soft drinks. So this inspired me to start the production of hibiscus tea, also known as Zobo. Within few weeks of sales and production, I was able to pull up fronts with the aid of investor to establish the first mini modern outlet in the University of Ibadan. After a few months of sales, I was able to understand the class and lifestyle of the people, which strengthens my market and gave me a clarified vision for the replication of this outlet in other institutions in Nigeria. Next slide. Hotbite is primarily involved in the production, distribution, and sales of shawarma, zobo, and chicken and chips. Next slide. We realize that most of our competitors around us do not have a system whereby their customers can actually request for their product on the go. Also, they don't provide delivery system and they sell carbonated drinks, which is not healthy for their lifestyle. So we decided to change the narrative by providing this hibiscus tea, giving them an efficient delivery system and also an instant mobile WhatsApp system whereby they can easily order and purchase their goods at their convenience. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Our current market in Nigeria. According to the National University Commission, there are 2.1 million students in the Nigerian higher institution, having 98 public universities, 43 polytechnics, and 154 colleges of education. Hotbite intends to map out 10% of this market size to have a customer base of 210,000 persons across the nation. According to research, there are 67% of students with daily consumption of our products. So Hotbite intends to engage 60% of this market size to have a consumption of 126,000 daily active purchase across the nation. Next slide. Here is our business model. Next slide. Next slide. Our competitors include Domino's Pizza, Nana's Bites, Coca-Cola, and Tonic Yogurt. But then, with our competitive advantages, which include production of high quality and quantity products, affordable prices, instant purchase on the go, a fast and efficient delivery service, a unique branding and packaging system, promotions and marketing of our product, and strategic partnership and customer relations have given us an edge over these competitors. Next slide. Hotbite so far, we have been able to establish a sales outlet in the University of Ibadan last year, October 2021. Over 3 months of active sales, we have been able to provide 4 job opportunities for individuals. We have over 300 active customer base at the moment and an average purchase of 20 to 25 sales per day. We have 837 active Instagram followers with just organic reach only. Next slide. Here is our marketing plan that we have been using at the moment, and we intend to also further with more promotional advert. Next slide. Here's our team. Jesubumi Similolua, she's the operational manager. She engages she goes to the market to source for raw materials and also engage in the processing of the raw materials into our products. Also, I assist in the process and also engage in sales of the products in the evening after lectures. Iwalogi Akintunde, she's a senior content analyst. Our role is actually in the creation of content, social media content, and engagement of our customers in the social space. She also gives a top-notch feedback mechanism from our customers. Next slide. Per unit of, we intend to have 600 units of Hotbite outlets across the nation. So the cost structure for the production of 1 unit of an outlet costs an average of 2 million naira. So with 1.2 billion naira, we'll be able to establish 600 units of Hotbite outlets across the nation. Next slide. Our financial projection, using University of Ibadan as a case study, with an average of 1,300 monthly sales per annum, we project to have a profit of 7.3 million for 1 unit outlet. And if we're able to get the 600, again, to get a 600 units outlet of Hotbites, and we'll have an approximate profit of 4.38 billion naira per annum. Next slide. Our expansion plan, we intend to have a product diversification such that we will diversify into the production of burger, ice cream, pizza, and also engage in catering services. Also, how we intend to achieve the 600 outlets across the nation is through investors like the Osiri Group, also grants, reinvestment of our profit from previous outlets, and also sales of franchise. Next slide. So our request is we need a sum of 2 million naira per outlet investment loan at a 40% ROI per annum for each outlet in 5 years. Next slide. Here's our social media handle, and the picture shows the first Hotbite stand in the University of Ibadan. Next slide. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Olajide. Let's see. Mr. Ball, do you have any questions?
No, not at this time. I think the pitch was definitely stronger from round 1. So appreciate the additional information that you provided, but no additional questions for me.
Mr. Kevin?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I did have some questions. So I appreciate the pitch. I thought it was very succinct. The content that I thought I want to understand a bit better was around the competitive advantage. So the competitive advantages you have listed as affordability and fast and efficient delivery. So how are you balancing the two of those things? To be fast and efficient sometimes requires some investment up front and maybe, I don't know, whatever system of delivery you are thinking about. But on the other end, affordability, being able to offer, food at a cheaper price or a less expensive price than someone who has larger infrastructure. So could you just give me a little bit more information around how you plan on undercutting the prices of your competitors?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. For the delivery system, we actually partner with, we make use of a logistics system, Safe Border in Ibadan. They have bikes and we can easily reach them. So whenever a customer requests for a product, we immediately contact them and they come. And in fact, before we finish production, they actually get they get to our store and they go and disperse the product. Also, on the affordability, we compared our prices and we're able to produce like high quality. In fact, there are testimonials on our social media pages. We're able to produce high quality and high quantity products. And this is as a result of the work of our operational manager. She has a good negotiation skills. And also we purchase in large, like we go to the farm to get some of these products like the cabbage, the carrots, we get them in large quantity and store them in our freezer. So with this, we are able to cut down the cost and we also make profit. Even through the logistics system, we realize that people, our customers, they're ready to pay for convenience. They're ready to pay for convenience no matter the price. Provided you're able to bring it to their doorstep, they are ready to pay for it. And this is what actually inspired me to actually launch deeply into the Hotbite foods and drink.
All right, thank you. I don't have any further questions.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Adiola, you took a couple of courses on food at Osiri University, food preservation. You also took food materials and safety courses. So could you tell us one or two things you've learned from that course? Because I'm curious to know who is currently producing your food right now. Are there some things you've learned from that course that has helped you or that will help you elevate the quality of your food?
Thank you so much. I've learned so much from Osiri University, and actually they have helped to reshape my ideology on the production of food. For example, our preservation system, I've been able to understand more about the preservation of food, and also sourcing for raw materials and cleanliness, because even when customers pass, many of them they make comments on like the neatness of our store, and this we have made it part of our culture, and it's part of the things that Osiri University have imbibed in us, that we should ensure that wherever we are using to make our production is actually very clean. The arena that we are using to produce our zobo, our hibiscus tea zobo, is actually top notch too, and no flies, like it is very clean. And upon expansion, we also we got some information that there's a need for like legal registrations and all of that, and we intend to ensure that we do that. So all these things were some of things that I learned through Osiri University, and they have actually helped to model my entrepreneurial spirit.
Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best on your pitch. Let's welcome the next pitcher. I believe it's Rashidat. Is that correct?
Yes.
Madam, all right. Rashidat, you're up next. Madam Janisha is going to pull up your slides, and you can take it away at that point when she gives you the cue.
Hey, Rashidat, are you ready?
Are you ready, Rashidat?
I can okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
According to UNICEF, Nigeria has the second burden of stunt children in the world. A national prevalence of 32% children in Nigeria suffer from severe acute malnutrition. And only 2 out of the 10 children affected are currently reached out to with treatment. My name is Rashidat Ademola. I'm the founder of Remix Food, a baby food brand that combines technology with low-cost innovation to improve the growth and development of children, as well as contribute to eradicating malnutrition among children in Nigeria. Next slide, please. We provide infants and young children with hygienically packed complementary food. Our cereals is processed under the supervision of an in-house nutritionist with the major proportion of carefully selected grains, nuts, and legumes, and it is with no sugar or any addictive. We plan to solve this problem by providing complementary baby food, organic food inputs for mother and child, and then the use of local ingredients from female farmers that has children under the age of 5. And this is as a form of corporate social responsibility by giving back to the society. And we have tested, next slide, we have tested the product with our prototype, and we have been able to sell about 100 pack of this cereal for 1,000 naira per pack. And we have recorded a large percentage of returned customers, which shows that our product is loved by our potential customers. And I would like to ask for a loan investment of 1,583,217 naira, which will be used to produce 1,000 pack with the product cost of 685 naira 50 kobo per pack, and to sell it for 1,000 naira, and also an access to legal and business advisory support. Next slide. Half of this funding, we go into our workshop setup. And this is because we have met with NAFDAC, and NAFDAC, our business is under a micro business. So we need NAFDAC registration number in order to penetrate more markets. So we just need a room in our apartments to be able to produce this product. We don't need a big factory now. And the other half of the product, we go into the production of the cereal for the first month and other miscellaneous expenses. Next slide, next slide. Our sales forecast, next slide, next slide. Our sales forecast, yes, our sales forecast is based on the assumption that we can achieve a sales of an average of 1,000 pack per month, and that is 12,000 pack in 1 year, with a growth rate of 20%. And we are being conservative with that 20%. If we are able to get more funds, we'll be able to increase our growth rate more than that 20%. And we also, and our sales forecast will also be supported by sales commission expenses of 2% that we plan to incur. And our sales will be improved by sponsored ad, word of mouth, strategic partnership, product retailing by using e-commerce platform, and then we'll maintain our other customers with a repeat. We'll make sure we have a repeated sales. Next slide. Our income statement will be able to generate, yes, this is our income statement. We'll be able to generate the sum of 12 million naira in the first year of operation. That is when we sell 12,000 packs of our cereal, and with the operating cost of 11,650,000 naira. You will notice that our net profit here is low. Simply, this is the reason why it is low here is because we have some fixed costs that we purchase, which will not occur in the rest of the month.
Hello, Rashida.
Yeah, I can hear you. I think we lost her.
Okay, we lost Rashidat, fortunately. Perhaps we can move to the next person, and then when she comes back, we have her continue from where she stopped. Thank you. Ayula, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Let's go ahead and have you present.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good
My
afternoon.
name is Emmanuel. I'm representing Ayola. He couldn't make it because he's sick here.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for stepping in. Yeah, we got the news about Ayola being sick. We wish him all the best and quick recovery from the hospital. Thank you for stepping in. Go ahead. You can take it away now.
All right. So I want to introduce you to GovernIt. GovernIt is basically, okay, the next slide. All right, the next slide as well. All right, so I wanted to talk about who we are at GovernIt and about the business as well. So GovernIt is an online platform that brings together merchants and logistics firms to do business. So in lay terms, what we're trying to say is that it's an online platform where you have vendors, and vendors could be probably you sell clothes, you sell jewelries, you sell food and likes of that. And we also have logistic providers, right, such as DHL and other logistic service we have in the country. But what we have here is a middleman platform where you have both the vendor and the logistic company. So what we do is that we know that people, since the lockdown, people have looked towards into home delivery, and you're looking at they're not looking at going to the store at any point in time, right? So they're looking at doing deliveries most of the time, right? And so we're trying to meet that that gap, right? So creating that platform. Currently, we have a Telegram platform that we use, which allows the vendors to post that. Okay, for example, have a parfait going from Ikeja to Lekki. Is there anyone who is available, any logistic company available to deliver? Then you have several companies competing, right, to deliver this product, right? So, and currently on the Telegram group chat, we have over 2,000 members consisting of both vendors and logistic providers. But basically, what we are trying to get the funds for is not to better the Telegram group chat, but we're trying to create an online platform that will be as a website and also as an app. Right. So what it does is that simply said, a vendor has a product that must be delivered to a customer within 15 minutes, which necessitates the use of a logistic business. Then they go to the site and look for a logistic provider within the area that is ready to deliver at a decent price. Governance is only a go-between for the two parties to do business smoothly. Next slide, please. All right, so delivery services, particularly same-day delivery services, are in high demand, right? And we're looking at right now, we provide the services through our Telegram platform where we have combined vendors and dispatch riders, delivery bus drivers and truck and daily deliveries. Next slide, please. All right, so our vision is to assist business owners and people in Lagos with timely, easy, and accessible deliveries. So I just want to dwell a little bit more on this particular point, right? So a few days ago, we were discussing with a company in Jakonde in Lagos, right? And he said he wants us to partner with his business because the deliveries he gets or the orders he gets are not they don't come at the same time. So they come multiple times. It comes by 1 p.m., 1:30, 2:30 p.m. And if you're saying if he's saying that he wants to use just one logistic company, he cannot deliver on that, right? But because he can meet so many logistic providers within that area, he can deliver as much as possible within a day. Next slide. All right, so how GovernNet works. GovernNet will take the shape of an instant messaging app similar to Telegram, where we can create a channel on the app. On our platform, channels will be created, which will serve as a meeting point where vendors and logistic companies can do businesses. These logistic companies will have to purchase nets, a GovernNet token, which they would use to bid for jobs on the platform instead of 2,000 Naira yearly membership we charge on the Telegram group. So this is how it works, right? You know that when you want to drive your car, you have to fuel your car, right? And when you fuel your car, that's what gives the car the energy to move from point A to point B, right? So these are so what happens is that logistic providers are the ones that are, of course, they are going to make money from the deliveries they make. That's where we also want to make money from as well. So when they get each delivery, they have to fill that delivery with a net. It's like it's a GovernNet token, right? So when they make a delivery for someone, that means they've used one net, and they do like 10 deliveries or 50 deliveries in a day. Then they've used multiple, maybe that's like probably 100 nets, right? So next slide, please. Okay. So GovernNet stands out from the competition like GoCada, Kui, and many others. GovernNet is the only logistic community where pickup and delivery jobs are bidded on. Vendors input their budgets and request for pickups and deliveries. So logistic companies within the location bid for the project. The vendor chooses the company best suited its needs. On the profile of logistic providers, there will be reviews, ratings, and the numbers of jobs completed, right? So, yeah, this is what we're trying to say on this particular slide, right? So
1 minute left.
Can I continue?
Yes, you have 1 minute left.
Okay, all right. So just next slide, please. All right, so we believe that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, by Eleanor Roosevelt. Next slide, please. All right, so currently, this is the measure of profitability, right? So we have over 1,000 logistic companies, and currently they're paying 2,000 Naira per year, and we've recouped 400,000 Naira in profits in the first quarter of the year. Next slide. Marketing plans. Yes, so marketing plans in general, we're looking to spend a minimum of about $2,000 that will go around Facebook, Google, and Instagram as well. Next slide. All right, so how would GovernNet make money? Like I mentioned earlier, the logistics companies are going to use net, and 1 net equals to 1 naira. And that means, but we're going to charge them 50 net per transaction, meaning that if they do 10 deliveries, that is 500 naira that we've made from delivery companies. All right, next slide.
Your time is up.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ayola. Well, thank you, GoForNet, for that presentation. Let's go to the judges. Mr. Ball, do you have any questions?
I probably have a ton of questions, but I'll just start with 2, and I'll apologize. My video is not working here, so I'll probably just restart after this presenter. But really quick, 2 questions. How do you guarantee delivery? When you are dealing with logistics and dealing with individuals who are trying to get your package to that last mile, so I'm assuming it's primarily local, how do you guarantee that the package will be delivered, and what kind of risk assurance do you give the business for that delivery?
All right, so like I mentioned earlier, we're like a middleman. So when a vendor wants a delivery, the vendor actually pays us the money, right? So the money goes to us first. Then when the delivery company has finished or has completed the order, we would automatically pay the delivery company. So the delivery company knows that without the delivery being done, then they would they won't get their payment. Also, they're also going to sign a couple of documents and also accept some terms and conditions, which requires them that if peradventure they do not deliver, or probably they abscond with the what's it called, abscond with the products, they would be would have to pull legal issues in it. Also, we're looking to partner with some insurance companies to see how we can better insure the company and sorts.
Okay, and then my second question, and this is based on the platform. So I've heard you say multiple times, Telegram would be used as a mechanism for managing the acceptance and creation and I guess application of an actual delivery. And so you're basing a lot of your business based off of this third-party platform. But you didn't, and then you mentioned an app. So is this just a starting point of using Telegram, for messaging, and then the next stage would be an app where it would be your business, right? Because your business is based on really finding people to deliver and vendors who want deliveries. And so, I see a heavy reliance on Telegram, which is a third-party, system to run your business.
All right. So yes, we started the business on Telegram, right? And the reason why we're requesting for the funding is to fund the production of development of the app and also to promote it. So the funding, we're just trying to show you this is where we'll be coming from. This is where we're coming from. This is what we have done. So we're able to start from Telegram, but where we're going to is the app. And on the Telegram, we have 2,000 members.
Yep. Okay. And then I remember that from the last conversation. So then I guess the last question I have is then from an app perspective, it would be good to better understand just that app, because that is the primary ask, right? And I don't think we got a really good sense of, what that app is, where you are in development, et cetera. But understand the business model and what you're trying to do. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't get that, sir.
No, it was more of a comment, that in regards to, even though Telegram is a starting point, I think time should have been spent on that app, whether it's wherever you are in the stage of that development. It could have been easy as wireframes to explain what you're trying to do, because I think what you translate from Telegram to the app is going to be different. So to understand the application is that's where the money's at, right? That's what you're trying to build. And to see that, visualize it, and understand that a bit more would have been beneficial. But thank you for the presentation and delivery.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mr. Kevin Valentine.
Yeah, thank you for the pitch. I have several questions around also, Telegram and the app, and finally the use of a token. So first and foremost, the question that I have for you around the use of Telegram, and I use Telegram frequently, so I looked up your GopherNets on Telegram really quickly, and I'm watching requests come in. And so just like Lorenzo was mentioning in terms of like the experience, this is a completely manual experience. Can you describe to me the experience in terms of the app? Like what is that going to look like, and how are you going to incorporate the handling of payments, geolocation of the delivery or the logistic providers, so that you can provide delivery? You mentioned insurance. Like, how are you going to incorporate all of those things, and are those things accurately reflected in this budget that's listed on the pitch deck?
Okay, so all right. So at first, I must apologize that I dwelled mostly on the Telegram and fairly on the app, right? So, but one thing I can assure you is that first and foremost, I and Ayola, we are web developers and also app developers, right? So currently we're working on it as well, on the ground stage, but we're looking to get more funds so that we can hire more developers and use better server resources, right? And concerning the geolocation, those are things that we are very conversant with, so it's not really much of a big deal per se, right? Because these are things that we've worked on the past for several clients, not just logistics, right? Just on several things, right? So it's not, I would say the app is, we just need to hire more developers because it requires much work to do, much coding and much expertise as well, because we can't do it all, right? So we're just hiring other developers to do most of the part. And of course, it's also very well documented in the budgets, right? Because you can see where we're hiring the developers, we're seeing where we're buying the CDN, we're, most of those things like that, right? And also the adverts as well, we also put about $2,000, for the adverts and sort of things like that. But I can assure you that everything was well calculated, and we know how to bring them in. Because, for example, we spoke to one of the companies yesterday, and just trying to test run if the model is going to work out, right? Private messaging, one of them, and they were willing to pay for it. Just because, in fact, yesterday someone messaged us, giving us a business proposal that they would love us to give them logistic companies, right? And we told them that we can't do that because we have a platform that we're working on, and the fact that we have logistic companies with us already, we can easily get vendors, because vendors literally pay nothing for it and they will gain a lot from it. And 50 nets per delivery seems very considerate as well, and very enticing for the logistic companies as well as the vendors.
Okay, so you have demand, and you have the supply. Then you mentioned the introduction of a token. Why are you using a token as a medium of exchange?
All right, so that we're using a token because we want, just like you having a wallet, right? So it's just like you buying an Amazon gift card. It's just something to store money on the platform, so that you don't really, because the thing is that we want to have a wallet on the platform. So it's just something to bring in people on the platform as well. So it's like most of the money you're spending, you're not spending Naira, you're not spending dollars, you're spending nets. So it's just a currency used on the platform.
I think, I understand that you want to use it for that. But I'm not really understanding maybe what using a digital wallet solves for either the vendor or the logistics provider. So, I guess I have a digital wallet that I could use Uber bucks or whatever they call their dollars on the Uber app, but I like infrequently use it. Like all I do is pay attached to my credit or debit card, and then I move on. So is there some specific use case that the introduction of a digital payment system is providing a solution for?
Yes, of course. So what we're looking at is that, for example, you're a vendor, right? And you're looking at, you want to spend a maximum of 50,000 naira, in a month for deliveries, right? So you can, as a logistic company, right? This is the amount of money you want to spend. So you just buy 50 nets tokens and 50,000 worth of nets, right, on the platform. So you don't have to be depositing money all the time. So you can just use that net as a currency, as a falling currency, just for you to have, okay, this is the amount of money I want to spend on this platform.
Okay.
We have 1 minute left.
Thank you. I don't have any further questions.
Again, we are very sorry that Ayola is sick and couldn't join. I was going to ask him to maybe talk about some of the things he's learned through his 10 weeks of training that he plans to incorporate. But let me ask you this. Do you see, because one of the courses they took is Geographic Information System course, GIS. Do you see any role in maybe leveraging drones for delivery? And since that's tend to be trending these days. Again, I don't intend for you to add on any more bells and whistles that you don't need, which is the question one of the judges, Mr. Kevin Valentine, was alluded to. But perhaps maybe you could shed light on what the discussions around that.
Okay, so thank you for that question, right? So of course, we're looking at it probably in the nearest future, because we are also embracing technology, right? And using probably drones to make deliveries. Of course, in some places in Lekki, you have drones delivering products, right? And peradventure, probably in the next 4 or 5 years, we could, probably move into a much more bigger logistic companies where we also do deliveries ourselves using robots, right? So just to ensure that, because with robots, it's more calculated, right? It's there's less human emotions to it, right? So it's more calculated. You get there, you pay this. So it's something that we can incorporate. Probably companies who are already using this, we could reach out to them to join the platform, just to make it a platform that is embracing technology as fast as technology moves.
Thank you very much, Go Farnet. So I wish you all the best on this competition.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's welcome back Rashidat. We lost her because she had technical difficulties. Rashidat, are you ready to continue from where you stopped?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right, Madam Janisha is going to pull up your slides, and you can then continue from where you stopped the last time. And we understand these things happen, and you can be rest assured that we won't count that against you. We're only going to be looking at the content and quality of your delivery. I believe this is where you stopped. Yeah.
You have
Yes.
3 minutes remaining.
Okay, next slide, please. If we are able to sell 10,889 packs of our product with our projected sales of 12,000 packs, we'll break even and be able to recover all the costs we incur. And then any other sales from there is our profit, which shows that our product is profitable. And we got this, our BV, our break-even cost. We arrive at it by deducting our total fixed cost by our contribution margin. Next slide, please. I'm pleased to announce that I'm not the only one who, the funding requirements. We are asking for this from 1,583,000, and also access to local distribution, because this is one of the threats we're facing right now. And then we want a local legal and business advisory support. Next slide. I'm pleased to announce that I have other teams who we are doing these things, the business together. I have, next slide, I have my accountant who is also an accountant in ULES, and I have the market. And I'm pleased to announce that we now have an advisory for our business, which is Professor Charles. He volunteered to mentor us through our product development design. We have some we have some weaknesses, and we are also leveraging on some opportunities for our business, because we noticed that we noticed that mother now take business advisories, mother take advices on what to feed their children from healthcare workers. So strategic partnership with healthcare centers, we will leverage on this partnership in order to sell our products. And we plan to stay ahead of our competitors by offering this product for mother and child, and also providing nutritional information. And how do we plan to do this? We plan to use mother network on social medias. We plan to partner with healthcare center to provide all this information to mothers. And we plan to sell our products by product retailing, strategic partnership as I've said earlier. And these are product retailing involve distribution to wholesalers, stores, e-commerce platform, and internet and home delivery services. And our licensing plan, it is important for us to get approved by NAFDAC, because we cannot sell and we cannot penetrate much markets if we don't get approval. And we also have some expansion strategy, which one of it is sachetization. Even big brands as a small trial pack for their product. So as we plan to grow our business, we plan to introduce a smaller pack so that our products can, considering our target markets, which are low and middle income earners. So we plan to make smaller products for our products so that it can reach rural areas. And okay, so thank you for your time. That'll be all.
Thank you very much, Rashidat. Let's see, Mr. Ball, questions for Rashidat?
Yes. Can you tell me a little bit more about the strategic partnership and what your goal is for that partnership? Is it through retail, manufacturing, distribution? What are you looking for?
Yes, on the retail marketing, we are planning, because in local governments here in Nigeria, local government health centers here in Nigeria, we have health workers who work there, and most of the rural women, they don't have access to quality food products. They would either make pap for their children, which does not have all the nutritional content needed for their child to grow. So when we partner with healthcare center, we are able to provide information, and number two, we are able to sell our products to them.
Okay. And then one thing I just didn't necessarily get is your differentiation, right? You know, how is it the organic side of it? Like, how do you differentiate yourself from other food providers, right, in the infant space?
Okay. Research has shown that a lot of baby food contain active sweeteners in form of fruits, which is not healthy, introducing baby to sweet things at that early age. So our product contains all natural ingredients with no addictive at all. And also, yes, and also we are making the product for mother and the child, because like I said, the products can be taken by mother and also the child. The reason is that maternal undernutrition is part of the problem of infant malnutrition. So if we are not also targeting the mother's market, it will be like we are making, the effort is not enough, just targeting the children alone. So we have made it a baby food actually, but we encourage mother to take it while they are pregnant, and to also take it during breastfeeding in order to increase the nutritional nutrients the more the children are getting from breastfeeding.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And thank you for your presentation. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Kevin Valentine.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. My question are similar to Lorenzo's as well. Or could you just talk about the work that you've done? I see that you've identified strategic partners, but have you had conversations with, healthcare centers and NGOs and understand the requirements that, in terms of one, the amount that they'd be looking for and what that may mean for the amount of inventory that you're going to need in order to supply the strategic partners, and also as a secondary question, with the strategic partners, is it possible that you could also receive any sort of funding, whether that's a grant or if it's a non-government organization, they may provide some equity financing, maybe a small investment. So 2 questions, just in first, the partnerships, and have you engaged them, and do you understand the requirements, and are those sort of requirements represented in the investment numbers that you presented? And then 2, have you thought about or discussed with any one of these groups, strategic partners, any sort of like funding that could help you, kickstart your business?
Yeah, thank you, sir. On the health center, I've met with 3 healthcare centers, and we've talked, and they assured us that once we are NAFDAC approved, we'll be able to supply them there. So we have about, in my location right now, I have about 3 health centers that I have met with. And then I asked for the population of mothers who bring that. They have an average of 300 women who visit with who have children below 5 years and who visit their healthcare center. So that is for the healthcare center, and the number of inventory I'll be able to sell to them. And then on strategic partnership, I have an NGO that I'm also volunteering for, mother and child nutrition. So what we basically do there is that we go around local government health center. We also go around underserved area. We give information about nutritional content and how to take care of this young child, because they are prone to malnutrition and other forms of diseases. So we make use of that platform. For now, we make use of that platform to reach out to them. And in the future, we are planning to collaborate and partner with more government agencies, and in order to get funding and equity investments. Thank you.
Okay, and are those costs? I mean, you mentioned, I know that you have listed, the cost for getting the licenses so that you can, be a food provider. But are the costs of like what the partnership may mean, right? You mentioned there are 300 mothers. Are the costs associated with the inventory and the supplies and the logistics, are all of those things embedded in your income projections?
Yes, we did everything of the delivery, the marketing, the cost of producing is included.
Okay. All right. And last question, the competition. Are your competition also, I don't really see much about the competition, but, could you just describe who they are and what sets you apart from your competition?
Yes, we have other major players in the baby food market, and majorly they produce for babies alone. I have not seen one that encourage pregnant mother to also take from their baby's food, but we have processed our own to be taken by pregnant women and also lactating mothers. And also we provide information, not just on social media. We meet them to provide information and to tell them how they can use our products and how they can take care of their children in order not to be affected by any infection.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very quickly, Rashidat, you've been learning for the past 10 to 11 weeks. In fact, I understand you took a course, you had a class yesterday on food development and design. Would you please share just one thing you have learned from your 11 weeks of training at Osiri University and something maybe perhaps you plan to incorporate in your business?
Yes, most importantly is food safety, how to keep our food safe, because that is one of the problems that causes any infection, even in adults and in young child. So I have learned a lot about food safety. So it's very important, and I'm making sure right now to incorporate it in my business, and also to make sure each time I'm reaching out to mothers, the way they handle their own food and the way they handle their baby food, I make sure I pass this information across to them.
Thank you very much, and we certainly wish you all the best on this competition. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next presenter is going to be Joy Anguleka. Madam Joy, are you ready to present to the judges?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Madam Janisha is going to fire up your PowerPoint slide, and she will let you know when to start.
Okay, you can start.
Right. Good afternoon, all. Welcome. I am Joy Angoleka Zoro, co-founder, founder of Method Teaching Aids Company in Onitsha, Anambra State, Nigeria. An adage says, now African adage says that when you want to eat an elephant, you take it bit by bit. And that is what we have been doing for 3 years now, sampling and producing this product, our niche product called Method Spelling and Words Building Game. And so Professor Osiri also said that starting is a process and not an event. Although we have prototyped for 3 years now, we are still in the process because we have not achieved our aim of putting this product in every home, in every school, and in every language of the world, and to give knowledge and excitement. Next slide, please. All right, we have opportunities, problems, and the solution. In our society today, where education is less interesting and unattractive to children, we created this. And for all those years, we've sampled, we've given out questionnaires, and the results we received from parents, guardians, and teachers, and other people that used it, prove that this product is good to go. It creates harmony in homes. In fact, it touches every aspect of life, emotionally, mentally, physically, and every part of life. Next slide, please. Okay, we have a target market. As you can see, we have that of the private and public schools, the young families, grandparents, youths, and the enthusiasts who wish to get those products for their family members. As you can look at, if you look at the chart, you can see that we have prospects of 3 million per year. And that's a great market for our product. Next slide, Mom. Yes, our product is still the best. Why? Because this product is created for every age. It cuts across every age. If you're an adult or a child, you can use this product. Or there are many other teaching materials in the market. There's one we call Montessori and other ones. But this particular product of ours, Method Spelling and Word Building, has a game format, which makes learning so exciting and full of fun. Another thing is that it has many ways of playing it. You can play it in more than 7 ways. And it can be made in different languages of the world. That means touching our world. And the beautiful part of it is that it can be played indoor and outdoor. And so this makes us the best. And we are setting the pace because we are the creator or innovator of this unique product for learning and for excitement. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, we have suppliers. For all these 3 years, we have Canino, who supplies us with the friendly wood board, the white board we use in making letters. We have Kenneth, the Ordinaka, that's the proposed plastic company, that if we have the fund, we can now give to this company and they will start providing. And the members of the company so far are Mr. Chike Azora, the inventor. That's the CEO of Method Teaching Company. And I, Joy, the co-owner and marketing manager. We have the assembler, the person who assembles it, Mr. Carlo Onoha. We have 3 representatives, field marketers, professionals in sales, Mr. Kelvin, Miss Eudora, and Mr. Victor. And these are great people helping us to push this product to a further end. Let's try it now. Okay, we have many channels of marketing this product. We partner with schools. No, we are doing it manually. That's why I say we are starting. All these 3 years, we could only produce 5,000 sets at a cost of 5,000 naira per set. And so we have different places. We market online, we visit homes, markets, any educational exhibition. In fact, anywhere people are is our target market, our sales point. Oh, there is a place we have not been to, and that's a pity, so sad. And that's a powerful place of marketing, and that is the electronic media, television or radio. Why? Because we could not meet the demands. If we do a jingle of 1 minute, we bet you that over millions of people will see it and demand for it. But because we could not deliver or give them our supply in great quantities for schools and other people that would demand for it, we haven't been there. And so that is why we need the investment fund of 25 million naira in order to procure an injection mold machine for plastic trays, and that another one for the hatchery, for the alphabets. Then the next one is for the materials we use in bringing out those trays. And next slide there. And if this money is provided, we have a projection of 3 years of the future of the company. And we say it is a starting point. When you look at the chart, you can see our current situation, subpar, because it is done manually. But when we now project this, you find that we have a profit. When we produce we produce 48,000 sets in a month, not in a year. In a month, we can have 144 million naira. And the net profit, 20% of 20 million naira. In 3 years, an investor will have 66 million naira. And that's a great one. So I plead for investors to partner with Method Teaching Co. And I tell you, we'll never regret indeed. Your generation will be ever grateful that you partner with us. And you have 20% stake of the company. And I pray that the Lord will help us to achieve this. God bless you. Thank you so much. By doing this, you help us to unleash ourselves to the world. Thank you, Ubuntu.
Thank you, Madam Joy Amoleka. Let's go to Mr. Ball.
Yeah, I don't have any additional questions. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you for what you're doing.
You're welcome.
Great product and definitely for a good cause. So appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
All right, Mr. Valentine.
Thank you for your presentation. I have just a couple of questions. First, the question around the results. I see that you have differentiated your product versus your competitors just in terms of, I guess, engagement. Have you taken a look at maybe, quantifying the results of using your program versus your competitors by, means of test scores or any other quantitative metric that you could use that could really help, explain to a school why they would want to use your curriculum?
Okay, the thing about this product is that it is practically based. It is something that when I do or when we produce, I'll take to school. And all the schools I've visited were so much interested in them that they bought many, but because of the price, because they want to have it for every child in their school. So the price, as of now, because it's manually produced, is so high. But we believe that when it is mechanized, every school will have it. And you know the number of schools, number of kids in school, and number of schools in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. School is at the peak. Thank you.
Thank you. And in terms of the question that I have around schools, I was wondering about, I hear some feedback. I don't know if you hear the feedback, so I apologize. I'm just going to ask the question. But in terms of schools and their curriculum, are they allowed to buy materials for the students individually, as opposed to, I only know how, you know, schools purchase here in the United States, where the school district buys the, you know, the materials for the curriculum. It sounds like you can buy, the schools individually can buy. Is that the case?
Yes, they are buying. They are buying. And some have included it in their curriculum too. As some teachers will stand and teach it as a subject in the class. So we call it spelling game. That's what we call it. So it makes the children to learn how to spell even while they are playing. And so sometimes we call it brain activator or play and learn. So when they see it, some will add it into their syllabus or curriculum, or even their yearly calendar, as in, so they accept it individually or collectively. And I know that when we mechanize it, the government who may not want to have it, when they see the impact, the positive impact on kids and the other people, they will want to have it also in their curriculum.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you very much for your presentation.
You're welcome, sir.
Madam Joy, one thing you've learned in your 11 weeks at Osiri University, can you share with us? Whether that is a technical thing or in the commercial class. Go ahead, please.
I've learned a lot, not just one thing. I used to be afraid of Microsoft Excel. Whenever I want to maybe key in data from WHO, when they call me to supervise maybe some of the production they did, maybe vaccine on polio or this. When I open MS Word, I used to be very afraid of it. I don't know the tools, but with the Osiri University, I can open it. I can do anything I can use. I want to thank all the Malamis. They did well. They did marvelously well. All my years in university in Nigeria, 4 years, I tell you, in this 8 months, I've learned so much. I can't compare it to my 4 years in University of Nigeria. I cannot. So I've learned so much. I've learned graphic designing. You can see those things. I created them, putting the pictures, balancing them. That's the things. The quantum GIS, wow. That one has another thing. You said one, but I've learned so much. And I still tell people that Osiri University is not the best. There was one that encourages me most, and that is the proverb part of it. Sometimes when I want to be weak, when I remember those proverbs, the African proverbs, it kept me going, it kept me moving. And so written the African culture in the educational system is wonderful. It's really awesome. Thank you, Osiri.
Thank you very much, Madam Joy. We are proud of what you're doing. I wish you all the best on this competition.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
All right. Now on to our next and final presentation for this final round of the Unleash Yourself page competition. We have Titilayo Adekoya. Titilayo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, but I could not disable my video. Like, I could not turn on my video. I don't know what happened.
All right.
Okay.
It's okay. At least we can. All right, we can see you now. So Madam Janisha is going to fire up your pitch deck, and she will let you know when to begin.
Okay, thank you. So can I start, sir?
You can start.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. You are what you eat, and what you eat is what you are. Your food is your medicine. Are you aware that more than 200 illnesses and diseases ranging from diarrhea to cancer are linked to some chemically processed food. This chemically processed food, the chemicals are added as additives or as preservatives, and in the long run, do have residual effect on the human body. For example, we have bromates in the bakery industry. It's now being banned, but once been acceptable. It's now being banned because it's found out to be carcinogenic in nature. What about saccharin? That once been acceptable, now being banned because it's also carcinogenic in nature. Okay, those are the ones that have been banned. What about the one that is being still used? For example, benzoic acid. Do you know that when benzoic acid reacts with sunlight or vitamin C or at high temperature, it converts to benzene, and benzene is carcinogenic in nature. Sometimes we wonder why cancer is raging in the world. Now it's coming to Africa. If we look deep enough, it's related to what we consumed. I will stop there. My name is Titilayo Adekoya. I am the founder of Nice and Pure. Next slide, please. As of 2017, that I started this business. When you go into a supermarket in Nigeria, when you pick 10 food or snacks, you discovered at least 7 food you pick or snacks contain at least 1 or 2 chemical composition, which are added as additives as preservatives. And people are getting to know about their health. They are looking for healthy alternative food and snacks. This is where Mice Imperial comes in. Next slide, please. Mice Imperial started in 2017. Mice Imperial is an agricultural processing business that processes food, snacks, and oil from agri produce. Currently, we are processing coconuts. We started with coconut because it is one food that has high possibility of 0 or little waste. It's my interest that we convert our waste, which is charcoal, the coconut shell, into charcoal to power our oven. So as we are taking care of people, we're also taking care of our mother earth. We operate on our target market are nursing mothers, young adults in higher institutions, and working class people. Apart from the great health benefits of veggie coconut when you consume it, it's also very great on skin and hair. And nursing mothers love to use this for their babies because it takes care of almost all the skin-related problems babies may be having. And they have peace of mind using it because they know it doesn't contain any toxic substance. This is just oil extracted from coconuts, no preservatives. Also, our snacks, people love to snack on it because it doesn't contain any chemical composition. It is naturally preserved. All the ingredients used are locally sourced. We operate on B2B model. We supply supermarkets, we supply retailers, and we also supply students who are in the higher institution. Because they are also our target market. So we supply to them, they sell to their colleagues in school. And how are we competing with our competitors? We are competitors. Our advantage is that we have a wide range of products. We discovered that our customers, some of them like, some have varieties of they like, some they want high sugar, low sugar, some no sugar, some are allergic to gluten, some they are lactose intolerant. So we have a wide range of products that meet these people's demand. Also, we go to villages to source for coconuts. And this coconut, we get a cheaper price, which gives us a price competitive advantage over our competitors. Next slide, please. Mice Imperial started in 2017. I started Mice Imperial while I was an undergraduate with just 9,000 naira because that is all I could afford. I am from a very humble background. When I saw this challenge, I'm like, let me just do what I can do. And Mice Imperial has done over the years. The business has been taken as part-time business since that 2017 to 2021. But the last quarter, with intervention we got from Film Foundation, we're able to, the last quarter, to take it as a full-time business. That is why you could see that our revenue actually skyrocketed in 2021. Our gross profit margin is 53% and our net profit margin is 26%. Our revenue increases at least by 25% yearly. Next slide, please. This is our budget for this year. We expect to make a revenue of 2.5 million with our current resources. And these are the projections you can see on the screen. With the 1 million naira promised by Osiri University, we'll be able to get a generator set. This generator in Nigeria is known for epileptic power supply. Now there is little or no light. They are saying that national grid collapse. So we could not predict our next step with this current power we are at. We can't depend on them because we cannot get our traction. So we need a generator set. Also from this 1 million naira, we will get a machine, at least one machine, because some of our production is still manually. And also get our NAFDAC approval. Some supermarket will not take our products because that doesn't have NAFDAC approval. So we need it to reach out to more Nigerians that desire healthy living lifestyle and to meet up to our demand. We push our visibility, meet more people in the market space. And since this is a loan grant, we'll be able to pay back this 1 million naira within 20 months, with 3 months for uranium at 9% interest rate. Next slide, please. Okay, I am the one having the production. So I have one procurement man and 2 sales rep. I have said earlier, they are students that we supply them and we put them on commission because we can't afford their salary right now. So put them on commission. Once they sell, they come back and we give them the commission. That will be all for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Mr. Ball.
Thank you for your presentation. Thank you again for getting to this round and good pitch. I think I have enough information to understand your company and what you're looking for, maybe outside of one thing. But first, can you give me background on the name? Where did the name come from?
My name is Titila Adekoya.
For other company, I'm sorry. Where did the name of the company come from? What's the origin of
Maris
the name?
Imperium. Okay, my third name is Agnes. And Agnes and Maris have the same name in common. They have the same meaning. And I don't want it to sound, because in Nigeria, once you hear Agnes, like a Igbo name, like the way you think that is from the East. So since they have something in common, I use Maris. And Imperium means empire. So it's a Spanish name for empire. When I wanted to register my business, there was no, I wanted Maris Empire, but I could not get when I wanted to register my business. So I now use Imperium, which is the Spanish name for empire.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for that background. So the question I have was around the funding request. So you mentioned grant. So are you looking for someone to grant you the request amount, or are you looking for someone to actively, sort of invest for some either return, as part of your revenue in your business, right? Because a grant is different than, it's a different funding model, right? Than either a loan or some type of, investment. Do you understand the question?
I didn't get that. I'm happy.
Yeah,
No,
you specifically, you specifically ask for a grant, right? So when someone grants funds, there's typically it's not a loan where there's an expectation of a payback period at some interest rate, as an example, or it's typically probably loaned out as sort of a foundational activity where there is no obligation of the person getting the grant to pay back, those dollars. And so is that the type of investment you're looking for?
Not really. If you get grants,
Okay.
we'll be happy. But since, as stated by the university, there is a loan investment, I believe it's something that we want to pay back, and within what period of time, they want to know what period of time we're able to pay back. That is why I said that. But if it's a grant, I'm so happy to answer.
Okay, yeah, right, because even from a grant perspective, either investors or companies that will provide grants, they typically won't look at for-profit companies in a lot of scenarios. It would be non-for-profits where they provide grants. They do, don't get me wrong, people do provide grants to for-profit, but it's less than non-profit companies. And so I think just from a terminology and expectation of how you want that, financing or cash infusion for your business, the wording should just change a bit to make sure you communicate the expectation of that funding vehicle, right? So I'm just sort of giving you advice on the difference between an investment and a grant, right? Because I did see grant in your presentation, and that's not exactly what you're asking for. So thank you.
I get that. Thank you, sir.
Valentine?
All right, thank you for your presentation. I think everything is pretty clear, and congratulations on being able to grow the company. In terms of food product, what's next? I understand the concept around the coconut, and I think it allows for you to be able to sell a product that's healthy and use byproducts and recycle. And so I understand the sort of like completeness of the coconut as a product. Are you looking at other foods to expand your business?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Could you,
other.
Yeah, could you talk about those foods that you plan to expand into?
Okay, like for now, I have one that I'm actually thinking in my mind, like if you can actually, because there is, okay, in Osiri University, we talk about some local foods that are going into extinction. So if I can get, like, it's banana, we call it dodokiwi in Nigeria. It's going into extinction. And now you can only see it around Osun. It's made from banana. It's like a sauced banana. I'm just looking into it, like commercializing it and selling it to people. People would love to have it because it's one local snack that, because people do not know how to go about it, how to produce it, going into the extension. All these are for grandfather that are doing it. So I'm actually thinking of going into that also, because also apart from that, banana in this part of the country, like it's the seasonal fruit. And if people do not buy it, it gets worse. If they don't go to the market, you see some worse, like pollution all over, like the worst, nobody wants to buy it again. And if you can get such banana, process it into local snacks that people will accept, to be a great one, sir. It's one of the products I'm looking into to go into, sir.
All right, thank you. I don't have any further questions, but yeah, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Titilayo, can you share with us one thing you've learned in your 11 weeks of training so far?
Oh, I learned so much. I learned so much. Okay, I would like to be practical with one. Like this, my product. When I did it, then this is a local snack also, coconut candy that we see on the street. So I decided to commercialize it, and it has been selling so far. But when I wanted to look for package for it, because we talk about packaging also, Dr. ID, the Kaite taught us about packaging. So he let us know that our packaging must be grease-proof. But then this plastic, like I know that when it's bent for like some hours, it will leak oil. And my question, I'm like, I have to find something to do about it. But when she told us, emphasize on it, that it has to be grease-proof, then I started working on it. And thank God I was able to get something else that now is durable, it's sealed, it's grease-proof. It's one of the things I took upon myself. I learned it from the class and I took upon myself.
She said it has to be what? The packaging has to be what? Grease-proof, okay. In other words, it cannot be greasy and stuff. Interesting.
Yes.
And you've been able to execute that already.
Yeah, I've been able to execute that with this members.
Thank you for sharing that. Titilaya, thank you for your presentation. I truly wish you all the best
Thank you, sir.
in this competition.
Thank you, sir. All
right, and that brings us to the end of our spring 2022 Unleash Yourself pitch competition. We are very proud of our summies, those who've come through the university and learning different ways to elevate their business ideas or to start something within an enterprising area or something to help their community. I want to thank all Malamais who've taught the students for the past 11 weeks. As you can see, they've learned a lot and incorporated some of the things you taught them. And of course, up to time through giving the feedback, and now job of going back and figuring out who is going to emerge winner of this Unleash Yourself competition. Judges Lorenzo Ball. We like very busy people and spend time here with them. Of course, I want to also thank my holding things down behind the scenes and helping make sure this pitch went smoothly. We also have our Ezewanyi, Dr. Marachi Amugo, president of Osiri University, who also tuned in to help make sure this event was successful. Thank you to all of you. And with Ubuntu. Now, judges, do you want to stay for? Can you hear me?
It's a
Yeah,
little
you seem to
choppy.
be breaking up on my end.
Yeah, on my end as well.
Ubuntu. Okay, then. Take care now. Goodbye.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.